Good afternoon, America. My name is Eamon Maycom. Welcome to another episode of Tea Time, the best place to spill the tea. Hi, I have my guest Mitchell Williams, an HA student with me, discuss a few topics that's going on this year.
All right, I'm Mitch Williams. I'm a junior here at Huntley, and he's going to tell me some questions.
Okay, so first off, what we're talking about is legalization of marijuana in Canada. Now, Mitch, how do you feel about the idea of legalizing marijuana in any nation?
Oh, it's perfect. So much money you can make off of it. It's first off, marijuana, what I've heard about it, not really that many bad effects that can happen with it. In fact, they've been using it medically for the longest time now, and yeah, it's done perfect stuff for people. And then make tons of money by legalizing it. It can help with, in fact, our state being so corrupt and all these other places. You see what it's doing to Colorado. It's doing amazing. And then I think it's perfect to move into here and to any place.
Well, like when we look at the topic, Canada is the second nation to actually legalize marijuana.
Oh, really?
So the first nation was in 2013. We're talking about Uruguay. So they did it basically recreationally and medically. Now, when we're looking at what Canada's doing, it looks like Canada's making the legal age 18. It's 18 in Quebec, sorry. It's going to be 19 in the remainder of the country. And then basically they're going to have licensed facilities in which you buy marijuana, in which I guess it's better than the black market in the sense in which what people get, but at the same time,
they can regulate
we do have a lot of different issues. Number one, we're projecting $4.3 billion Canada will make from revenue. But in that instance, we're talking about businesses taking advantage of that. The problem that I see with that is that businesses will take the product and they'll make a way in which licensing is pretty easy to do, so they can manipulate the drug and make it more harmful than it is in the black market. Now, I'm not saying the black market's a great thing. Black market's something that's illegal. At the same time, when we're talking about things in which illegal products and ingredients can be put into marijuana that is hurting the people, like nicotine. Nicotine is one of the most underrated drugs in the sense of how much it's harmed our community. So those are things that fears I have, and especially when we're talking about J.B. Pritzker when legalizing marijuana. Everyone knows the stupid ads that come on YouTube have been a waste of everyone's time. And then we talk about things like being a firewall for Trump. It's just ridiculous, and of how he's getting so desperate and to advocate for those little things. So switching into gears, how do you feel about the governor election? We got Rauner and we got Pritzker.
So honestly, I think JB is going to win.
Yeah.
The only reason why I think that is every single ad I have seen for him is, I'm going to impeach Trump, vote for me. I know like he's for gun rights, he's for marijuana. Two things I know about him. All I see on the ads, and this is the exact reason why he's going to win, is because I hate Trump, you guys hate Trump, vote for me. So.
But at the same time, it's just a battle of money. We got a billionaire, J.B. Pritzker, and we got a millionaire, Bruce Rauner. Okay, Mr. Fatso wants to legalize marijuana here. Honestly, here's the thing. Illinois has a problem in which no one cares about the middleman. And then when we talk about that instance, J.B. Pritzker might make claims, but the idea is that he's a part of the corruption in which the middleman is disregarded. When we look at Huntley High School, we look at all of the people in our county, we are the middlemen, and people really don't care about us because we got politicians in the Democrats who basically believe that we can try and help the lower class and that'll help everything. But that money is not hurting the rich people, it's hurting us as noble taxpayers. And then when we look at Bruce Rauner, he's just a series of failures. He wants to promote things like a death penalty, in which is a very opinionated topic in which we should focus on things to help our inner people in Chicago. People are getting shot every single day, and the gun rights have just been pushed to the side because they feel like those jobs within gun shops are either worth it or they're just not worth it altogether. So that's a lot of stuff in which we're talking about. The Cannabis Act is what officially happened in Canada, and that's something J.B. Pritzker is proposing. Honestly, it's just a target market. He only wants the young voters because that's what they're interested in.
Yeah, and plus with this, like, no governor is going to get anything done in Illinois. Illinois is just so ruined from the past of Illinois, and it's just like what you said. It's a battle for money now. It's whoever can make the most money. They don't really care about anybody else. It's just, I want the money. Boom, done.
No, for sure. Some more interesting news. CNN got interested in package of some bombs You know, that's always a fun Christmas gift. We got one from CNN to Hillary Clinton and to former President Barack Obama. But it was actually recorded that 12 different locations were sent to them. Yep. So how do you feel about that? Do you think that's something that's oriented against the Republican Party?
So people are attacking the Republican Party on this, but I can see why, but people don't really know the stuff behind it. The dude who sent the one to CNN, correct? They blamed Trump because of fake news, because he was calling CNN fake news, and that made the bomber send that to CNN. My opinion, I don't think Trump should have anything to do with this. He can't control what another person does.
But he makes other people control it. When we talk about Islam, he has one person which he uses as a main argument, and he says they depict the whole religion. So why isn't that the same thing?
Well, it's a little different with this because it's just a random person going out just trying to attack a news source that they don't like. Yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming from with Trump, how Trump bashes CNN and Hillary and stuff like that. But it's still, I just don't see that Trump should be blamed for stuff like this. Yeah, like I said, he did the stuff with CNN, but it's kind of stupid to blame the bomber on Trump. Like, we all blame the attacks in Charlottesville on the white supremacists. We blame that on the person.
Yeah.
Not on the car, the person who made the car. We don't, I don't know, I'll just say it was a Honda. Like, we don't blame the makers of the Honda for doing that. So why do we blame the person who put ideals into that person, but he went and bombed the place?
No, that's a fair argument, but at the same time, though, when you have a politician such as Trump, who's not a real politician, he's just some ugly-ass dude, when we talk about that, really, his foundation of his campaign and even what he's doing now as president of the United States is selfishness and discrimination. He's built it because those are the inner thoughts of many people who don't want to say that out loud. That's why when they say Trump says what he thinks, because he's literally saying what everyone else may be thinking, but due to our social standards, we know that's taboo. And sadly, he's building on the weaknesses of inhibitions in which people release things such as racism or just overall discrimination over different topics and different people. So, but when you say that when it comes to his turn of how something he did affects a whole party, I really don't think that's fair to say that he's not somewhat responsible for this. Also to mention that out of the 12 locations, close to half of the explosives were duds, saying that it could be possible that it wasn't necessarily a hoax, but something that the Republicans did just to keep the Democrats on their toes. So do you think that that's possible based on the amount of duds, or do you still think it's something on the person?
I still think it's something on the person. I just don't see why anybody in the right mind would do that. I just don't see how somebody can force them to do that or have any sort of impact on that. Anybody in the right mind shouldn't get peer pressured by somebody to go do that. They shouldn't get a feeling of, I don't like CNN, so I'm going to go bomb them. I don't think anybody in the right mind would do that unless they were an extremist. And I don't see Trump as an extremist. I see that person who did that as an extremist, just not Trump.
Okay. No, I totally agree with you. Well, thank you guys so much. That's all the time we have for today. I'll see you next month with our newest installment of episode 3 of Tea Time. See ya. Okay, we'll cut that out.
Boom.